اوكي، بتعرف شو هي نظرية 80 سنة؟ هيدي النظرية طلع فيها المؤرخين شتراوس وهو. هيدي النظرية بتقول انه كل 80 سنة في 4 أجيال، بالتالي كل 80 سنة لابد من انه يجي تغيير حتمي.
Well, this is all part of a pattern, and it's a pattern that's gone back centuries in Anglo-American history. I think it frankly characterizes the history of many countries around the world today. Like nature's 4 seasons, the cycles of history follow a natural rhythm or pattern.
احنا جايين على 2024، فإذا ترجع 80 سنة لورا بيكون 1944 لما تغير العالم وخلصت الحرب العالمية الثانية. قبلها كان في الحرب الأهلية بأمريكا بال1864.
Well, in our paradigm, America has entered the 4th turning. What can we say about 4th turnings? Each turning lasts around 22 years, so this turning is going to last until about the year 2030.
وهالنظرية بتقول إنه كل 80 سنة العالم رح يتغير، والنظرية بتقول إنه 80 سنة بيصير في نظام عالمي جديد. بس نحن من ال90 صار لهم فترة عم بيقولوا لنا عن نظام عالمي جديد، فمعقول سنة 2024 تجي مع تغيير كتير كبير بالعالم وخاصة بمنطقة الشرق الأوسط.
It is a big idea. A new world order. A new world order.
A new world order. And the president outlined his vision of a new world order.
We are determined to knock out Saddam Hussein's
Operation Desert Storm forces were engaging targets in Kuwait and Iraq.
The U.S. military deliberately targeted civilian infrastructure by disabling Iraqi society at large.
Our way of life, our very freedom came under attack.
The United States military has begun strikes against al-Qaeda terrorist training camps.
Invaded Afghanistan.
Saddam Hussein has placed Iraqi troops and equipment in civilian areas.
In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
All major oil fields in the south are now under coalition control.
And the president outlined his vision of a new world order.
We must embrace a new era of engagement.
Nothing less than a new world order.
Tunisia, January 2011, calling for the resignation of the president and an end to the regime.
Reached Egypt.
وسيحكم التاريخ علي وعلى غيري.
Hosni Mubarak is down.
Conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
And Muammar Gaddafi is next.
Man anthem! For the first time in 42 years, does not have to live in fear of Muammar Gaddafi.
This marks the end of a long and painful chapter.
The beginning of the civil war in Syria has killed at least 500,000 people, displaced millions more, and destabilized the region.
Syria's president is not about to step aside or be pushed out.
Hillary Clinton created ISIS with Obama.
America first.
A new world order.
Al-Baghdadi is dead. It is time to officially recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
It is the relationship between us that has defined the modern world.
The U.S. brokered treaty involving Israel, Bahrain, and the UAE set a goal for expanding diplomatic relations between Israel and Arab nations.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
President Biden talks of a new world order.
There's going to be a new world order out there.
The U.S. has vowed to fight in Taiwan's defense.
Lebanon's economic collapse has been ranked amongst the world's worst since the 1800s by the World Bank.
Historic maritime border agreement between Israel and Lebanon.
The standoff between Russia and the West over Ukraine.
What Putin called the start of a military special operation.
Western Europe is dependent on Russian gas.
There will be no longer a Nord Stream 2.
Because of the war in Ukraine, Europe has had to diversify its sources of energy.
A new world order is emerging.
Iran and Saudi Arabia have agreed to re-establish diplomatic relations.
استقبل الرئيس السوري بشار الأسد وزير الخارجية الإماراتي.
ونحن اليوم أمام فرصة تبدل الوضع الدولي.
The gas field, which sits just about 30 kilometers off the Gazan coast, is estimated to hold more than 1 trillion cubic feet of natural gas.
An historic peace between Israel and Saudi Arabia.
It's basically a major joint infrastructure deal. It will connect West Asia via a network of railways.
The blessing of a new Middle East.
3 weeks later, Hamas attacks on Israel shook the region.
This is Israel's 9/11.
We will defeat Hamas. We will dismantle Hamas.
You will be free to build a better life with a new and better future
We will offer the people of Gaza and the entire peoples of the Middle East a real future.
أوروبا الجديدة هي الشرق الأوسط.